Okay, well, this is my first video that I'm gonna be putting up on the channel that I just made. It's called K Speaks. If you're here and I don't know how you made it here, but if you're here, then I want to welcome you. Um, I created this channel because I feel like there's a lot of um, men, young men in general, who don't have guidance, and especially when it comes to what kind of woman to choose for their life. And hopefully, some of the information I'm going to be putting up on the videos kind of help some young men out. I noticed a long time ago that the generation before mine kind of dropped the ball. Back in the day, you had older men who would pass information down to the younger men, who would pass information down to the next generation, and so on and so on. But I think with this last generation, they kind of dropped the ball on that, and for various reasons. Part of it is that the government's come in and broken up the family and stuff, and then you have a whole lot of men who aren't in the family, at the house with their kids and stuff nowadays, and I think that started off with the generation before mine. Actually, I think the generation before mine had what we call absentee dads. They might have had dads at home, but they weren't really active or whatever. And I'm going to touch on that in a few videos that I'm going to post later on. But the main reason for this channel is for young men, to give the young men some guidance. Like I said, the generation before mine dropped the ball, and of course, since the ball was dropped, you know, you know, the generation that I'm in didn't really pick it up too much because they didn't have an example set for them. So since I noticed this, I figured, it would be a good thing for me. Not that I'm the expert on everything, and not that my experiences or what I see around me is going to help everyone, but if I can get to at least one person and help that person, avoid being with the wrong person and make better decisions for himself, then that's what it's all about, and it'll be worth it. So I think that it's important to pass this on to the next generation so that way they can have something to pass on. And it just starts like that. Maybe one person can have an effect on one person, and then that ripple effect to happen. Mainly it's because I see a lot of people with women, and I've been there too myself. I've been with people that I was not supposed to be with. Why? Because I made a bad choice, made a bad decision, saw red flags and just avoided them. And I think that if the older generation said, "Hey, look, man, this is what you're supposed to do. These are the things you got to look for," and they pass that on, then it'll be easier for young men to say, "Oh, hey, look, that's a red flag. My pops told me about that, or my uncle told me about that, or grandpops told me about that, and I know to stay away from that. So I'm gonna keep it moving." And I find that what a lot of people don't do is when they see the red flags. A lot of young men, they don't see the red flags. They keep on going, but at the same time, inside their core, they know that something's not right. They still stay with the chick or whatever it is, and they continue on and get themselves in a lot of trouble. It's a lot of people getting in trouble over women these days, and this is not just for this is for all men, but I think a lot of the stuff I'm going to be touching on is going to be also geared towards African American males or black men, I should say, because they're the most behind the power curve. A lot of black men get their worth and their self-worth from chasing back, or what we call chasing tail. And hopefully with some of these videos and things I'm going to touch on, they can correct that, because you don't get your value, your self-worth from how many women you slept with, or how many women you could bag, or how many women you use up to get cash or let lay in your house, or whatever the case may be. That shouldn't give you your value. And so hopefully we can change some things little at a time. Even if it's one person by one person, still the effect will be made and the change will be made, and hopefully some positivity comes from it. People making better decisions. What I believe, I believe that men set the standard, women set the standard to a degree too, because women, they're what I call the gatekeepers. They are the keepers of who they let get between their legs and whatnot, or get into their heart. They choose who they want. But men at the same time are standard setters too, because if we don't choose whores, then more women will be proper. If 99% of the guys say, look, I don't deal with this kind of chick, I don't deal with that kind of chick, I'm not going to deal with a woman who has kids already, or whatever the case may be, then the women are going to have to step up and say, hey, look, I'm not going down to that standard, because the standard that he set, or most men are setting for me, is up here. So I got to come correct. And vice versa for women. But like I said, this is not geared towards women per se. This is geared towards young men, to help them make better decisions on choosing a mate, help them make better decisions about getting their lives together financially, or whatever the case may be. Whatever the subject is that we're going to talk about, it's about that. And we'll see what happens from there. But hopefully, something that I talk about will help somebody in a good way. Help them not make the same mistakes that me or maybe some other people that I know. Because some of the stuff I'm going to talk about is some of my experiences, and some other stuff is going to be from experiences of people that I see around me, people that I know personally, or things that I've seen around me. And like I said, hopefully it helps people make wiser decisions on who to choose. And that's that. I think that there's going to be a lot of information on some of the videos that I'm going to upload soon. Hopefully I can make the time to put them up on a regular basis, so that way people will get information regularly. And send me an email, send me your thoughts. Unfortunately, it's going to be a lot of women probably checking these videos too, and probably going to thumbs them down, because like I said, they're not geared towards them, they get towards young men. And most of the stuff that I'm talking about is going to hit the women hard, not because I want to tear them down, but at the same time we have to set a standard. And the standards are not being set, then women are going to go run amok, do horror stuff, and try to get with guys that have a lot going for themselves and mess their lives up. So hopefully, you brothers out there, brother, and it doesn't matter what color you are, you're brother. But hopefully that changes things. You guys listen up and stay away from these women that are detrimental to not only your health, but to your financial health as well. So welcome to K Speaks. I'll be coming at you with some more videos, posting them soon. Just keep your ears open and your eyes open, and hopefully we'll have some stuff up for you soon that can kind of help people out, pass the information along. Because I put the video up, but it's just not for me to watch, or to just for me to be posting. Hopefully you guys share with other people that you might see this stuff going on in their life, and hopefully it helps them out too. So that's what it's all about. Anyway, welcome again. And now, like I said, I'll be posting some more videos soon. This is my first one. If it was a little raggedy, I'm using my cell phone as the camera on it and stuff, so I don't have like that equipment or anything like that. But it doesn't take all that to get the knowledge and the information out. But definitely stay tuned.